guys, welcome back. So in today's video I'm finally going to be answering the question you've all been asking: which Virgin Voyage cruise is the best and which one do I recommend? I have been on 7 Virgin cruises in the last 18 months, so I feel like I really know Virgin inside out, and I have actually vlogged 5 of them, so if you haven't watched them I'll pop the links in the description below if you want to watch them. If at the end of this video you do still have questions, feel free to pop them in the comments below, or I may even do a separate video of like an actual Q&A. I am just going to add the cruise ships are pretty much identical. You will not tell the difference, so I wouldn't book your trip off of I want to go on the Scarlet Lady, I want to go on the Valiant Lady. I've been on 3 out of 4 of the ships and it's pretty much copy and paste. So let's jump into this. I have got my phone just to re-jog my memory on some of the stops. So the cruises I've done is French Daze and Ibiza Nights, Adriatic Sea and Greek Gems, Greek Island Glow, English Sights and European Delights, and the Eastern Caribbean Cruise. So I did repeat 2 of the cruises, so technically I've done 5 itineraries, so I'll just go through those 5 and let you know which ones I repeated. Going back to the first cruise I ever did with Virgin, it was in 2023. I did the French Daze and Ibiza Nights. Honestly guys, this trip was insane. I mean, clearly because it was a knock-on effect where I was like, I need to go on more cruises. So this started off in Barcelona, then we went to Marseille, then Cannes, then Palma, Mallorca, and then we did a night in Ibiza. With this cruise, I feel like it really offers a little bit of everything. You've got Ibiza Old Town, which is absolutely stunning, and I feel like everybody needs to experience it. I actually had never been to Ibiza before that trip, and honestly I was blown away. I thought it was so beautiful, and it's handy because where the port is, you literally get off the ship, you get on the shuttle bus. I think it's about a 10-minute ride, and then when you get off the shuttle bus it literally is like a 2-minute walk and you're in the old town. So it's so nice to just get off. You can go for dinner, but if you do want night out life you can get a taxi ride. I think it was about 20 minutes, and you can go to the other side of the island and you can go for a night out where all the main clubs are, so depending on what you're looking for. But also obviously you go to Palma on that trip, which again I've never been to Mallorca, and I was like, wow, how have I never been to Mallorca? It is so beautiful, and they have loads of shopping, which I love. And then in Cannes we did a beach day. So I feel like, yeah, with this trip it does just offer so much, and this is actually one of the cruises that I did twice. The second time I did go in October, and I think I went on one of the last cruises of the Med before the ships went over to like the Caribbean. And I would recommend, if you're going to book this cruise, go in the summer, because the October one I remember just being so cold. When I went in July, it was, I think I went on July the 24th. It was so hot. So yeah, if you are going to book this cruise, then I would just recommend booking mid-summer. On to the second cruise, I did Adriatic Sea and Greek Gems. This started off in Athens, then we went to Dubrovnik, then Split, and then Kotor, Montenegro and Corfu. Honestly, I had no idea what to expect from this cruise, but oh my god, it did not disappoint. Again, this is one of the cruises that I did twice. I feel like this cruise was like something out of a movie. When you come in to Montenegro and you've got the mountains, it almost felt like something out of a James Bond movie. It was that picturesque and just wow. If you love old towns and history and just going to places that you probably wouldn't think to ever go on, the old town is stunning. And then we took a cable car up to the top of like the hills, and I say hills, I mean it was a mountain. So we took a cable car to the top and then we watched the sunset, and yeah, it just, to me, nothing could beat that. I was like, this is insane, like this is a dream. I would recommend watching my first Adriatic and Dubrovnik vlog. I only think I've got one, to be fair, on my page, but watch it and you'll see what I mean. So on to the third cruise, I did the Greek Island Glow, which started off in Athens, then we went to Santorini, then Rhodes, and then we did Mykonos overnight. I was so excited for this cruise because I ticked off 2 places that I really wanted to visit, which was Mykonos and Santorini. But I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. When you come into Santorini, basically you get a cable car up to the top, or you can take like a walk all the way up to the top. I was no way walking because it was, yeah, so many steps. But it's chaos. I mean, there's a few cruise ships that obviously pull up, and there is only one way to well, there's 2 ways to the top, but most people are taking the cable car. And when I tell you there are thousands of people, yeah, so I would say if you're going on this cruise, book the tender for early as possible and just get off the ship and get in that queue as quick as possible. It does go down quite quick. It looks like it's going to be hours, but I think it's about a 45-minute wait. Yeah, that aside, don't get me wrong, Santorini is absolutely stunning. It is so picturesque and the views are beautiful. But I definitely think visiting on a cruise is perfect because I really don't think you need more than 2 days in Santorini. We were only there for the day, but that was enough for me, and I don't actually feel the need to go back. So yeah, that was that. And then Mykonos, absolutely beautiful. We did a night out in Mykonos as well. But again, personally for me, now that I've been to both places, I actually would still rather go to Ibiza over Santorini and Mykonos. But do you know what did surprise me is Rhodes. I've never been to Rhodes before, and I was not expecting it to be as beautiful as it was. So the 4th cruise I went on was the English Sights and European Delights. This started off in Portsmouth, which was actually so nice because every other cruise we've been on, we had to fly to Barcelona or Athens. So just driving down to Portsmouth and getting straight on the ship was so nice. So then we went off to La Coruna, and then Bilbao, and then Bordeaux. Hopefully I'm saying them right. I'm probably not, because I remember I was telling my dad where I was going and he was like, yeah, you're saying them so wrong. So I do apologise. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't got a lot to say about this cruise because I ended up not getting off the ship. I think it was like pouring with rain most of the time. So I just enjoyed being on the ship and making friends and doing the activities that they have on the ship. So yeah, I'm really sorry I haven't actually got a lot to say about this one. On to the final cruise. It was the Eastern Caribbean cruise, which I did January this year. So this started off in Miami, then we went to St. Croix, and then San Juan, which is Puerto Rico, and then Puerto Plata in Dominican Republic, and then Bimini Beach Club at Bimini Island. Oh my god, that was a mouthful. Hopefully I said that all correct. So this cruise was literally a bucket list of mine. Going to the Caribbean and going to the Bahamas, Bimini Island, wow. Like guys, we seen sharks. My partner swam with sharks. Well, he was in a cage, but still, he swam with sharks and it was insane. Like, I can't even explain how blue the water was. This trip just speaks for itself. If you want Caribbean vibes, you want the blue water, the turtles swimming around, sharks swimming, then this is definitely the trip for you. While we were in Bimini Islands, we did actually rent a golf buggy, which I think cost us $80 for the day, but it's so worth doing because we drove all around the island and it is so stunning. And then we went over to the beach club, and the beach club is so cool. Like, it's massive. There's a huge pool party, and yeah, everyone's just there for a good time. There's food, and it's just such a nice way to end your trip. Again, I did vlog this trip, so you can watch my full Caribbean vlog in the link below. That is the 5 cruises I went on. So guys, I'm just going to finish off this video with my favourite to least favourite. Don't get me wrong, I loved every single cruise. They are amazing, and it is personal preference depending on what you prefer to do and what you want out of your holiday. But for me personally, in first place, it had to be, I feel like it's kind of joint first. So Adriatic Sea and Greek Gems, and then the Caribbean cruise. I feel like both of these were like bucket list trips that, yeah, it was just a dream. Third place, French Days and Ibiza Nights, but I highly recommend this, especially if you're American watching this. I feel like you will absolutely love that trip if you've not been to those places before. And then in fourth place, Greek Island Glow, and then in fifth, English Sights and European Delights. So that is a roundup of my trips. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you do have more questions, please pop them below and I'll make sure to answer them. Also, if you do want to get a further insight into these cruises, please do watch my vlogs. Again, I've linked them in the description. So yes, thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!